Nagamese Students Union para physical assault upor paramilitary forces ki maafi laga response nimite 48 hours relaxation dishe. Home Commissioner Vyasan para illegal Bangladesh immigrants laga influx upor communication channel khan activate kurbi koigena koishe. Human elephant conflict ke mitigate kurubole nutun mobile app aro handbook Assam te launch krushe. Manipur Media Fraternity para newsprint hijacking upor CM aro IPR Minister ke memorandum submit krushe. Hello viewers, मैं बचोली यप्ता अपने आन सब के Nltv News Now के स्वागत करिए से। आइए सब आजिला खबर खान। अगस्त 9 डे 2024 डे Nagamese Students Union Office डे ASU President ऊपर Assam Rifle बरा कुहिमा डे physical assault करा ऊपर press conference रखिए। Press conference डे ASU लगा General Secretary Vinyag Kho Vitsukoshi की इधर incident to August 9 2024 डे around 12:30 PM डे होइशी गुशे। President के emergency call आहा निमिते गाड़ी रुकी गेना call उठा time डे army जवान बरा आई गेना गाड़ी के मारी गेना puncture भी कुरुबोले try कुरुशी गुशे। आरु ताई गाड़ी लगा दरवाजा खुला हुमोई ताई के assault कुरियना ताई लगा काबरा भी पताई दिशे गुशे। इधर ऊपर ASU बरा indefinite ban declare करा दे जाना ऐसे कि इधर ban करा दो para military forces का निमिते एकला से आरो जनता का निमिते दूसरा दिन निशना normal ही থাকিব কই কেনা জানাইছে consultant senior leader range executive APO aro AYO lokot lua piche Augustine te band থাকিব কোৱাটো cancel কৰিছে কই কেনা Assam Rifle Camp D block কুহিমা লাগা মাফি লাগা response ke 48 hours নিমিতে ৰখিব কৈছে
and threatened him that he will conquer. We are deeply pained and anguished by the barbaric act and inhuman act of the Jawans from the Aigar North at D Block Kohima. Today in the afternoon around 12:30 PM our president, he was on official duty, and while he was passing through the gate of this camp, there was an important call to which he had to attend, and thereby he had to stop for a minute or two around the camp of the Assam Rifles. When he had stopped to attend to that call, the security guard from the Assam Rifles came forward to him, asking him to move away from the park area which he had kept his car. And the president requested that he had to attend an important call, and as such he had stopped in that particular area. And when the call was completed, the Jawan came forward and threatened him that he will puncture his car tires. And to that, our president, in response, have replied to him that he have parked his vehicle just for some time and not for long. In between their conversation, the Jawan, out of nowhere, had hit our president and dragged him out of the car and have physically assaulted the president of the Nagamese Students Union. Nagamese Students Union is questioning the Aigar North, its Jawans, as to whether they are really the friends of the hill people or the enemies of the hill people. We, the Nagamese Students Union, will never tolerate such inhuman act in our land. And this is also as a result of the existing Armed Forces Special Powers Act in our homeland. We therefore, taking this opportunity, appeal to the government of India to immediately repeal the AFSPA from the Naga homeland. While pursuing on this matter, the Nagamese Students Union would like to clarify on the lightning shutdown which was called today. After learning about the news, the union officials rushed down to the army camp, whereby our president was seen being physically assaulted. But the Jawans And the Assam Rifles, the ones who were there, came out and they disowned hitting our president and assaulting him. Wherein we have clearly seen through our president that his shirts were torn and his face was punched. Still then, the Jawans have refused of the act, and as such, there were retaliation among the Nagamese students officials and the Jawans present in the camp. And when we were confronting with the Jawans who were with their rifles, we felt that if any situation goes out of hand, then the general public may be at danger. And as such, in order to ensure the safety of the citizens, we had to call for this lightning shutdown. Or else, it is never the intention of the Nagamese Students Union to scapegoat the business community or the general public, where the issue is with the Assam Rifles and not the general public. And therefore, we express our heartfelt regret that because of this issue, today we had to call for this lightning shutdown in the town areas. But as I have mentioned, the incident that occurred during the moment was as such that it could have gone to any extent, and therefore, keeping in mind the safety of the public citizens, we had to explore ways and means where we mitigate public crowding, and in that intention, we have called for this shutdown, and we regret for the inconveniences caused. But here again, the Nagamese Students Union, while reiterating our anguish and sadness over this issue, we have called for an indefinite ban starting from tomorrow. After which, we have also had a series of meetings with the Angami forums, including the seniors from our fraternity, the rangers, and the various units under the Nagamese Students Union. After much deliberation and discussion, we have a threadbare discussion. We had a series of talks considering the various challenges and inconveniences being faced by the public. We are here to clarify that the indefinite ban is not against or imposed on the business community, the general public, or the educational institutions. The indefinite ban confines particularly to the movement of the Assam Rifles in particular. While we were interacting with the senior officers from the camp, the senior officers have already owned the responsibility of manhandling the president of the Nagamese Students Union. And at the same time, after discussing with our units, our seniors, and the fraternity of the Nagamese Students Union, it has been the appeal of all these members that we give a grace period to the so-called Jawans from the Aigar North. And as such, we are giving a grace period of 48 hours with effect from tonight. That within these 48 hours, the Assam Rifles in particular and the Aigar North in general should identify the Jawan concerned and punish him as per the rules of the army and as per the rule of the land, and which report should also be made known to the general public. We also demand that within these 48 hours, the Jawan and the Aigar North should tender unconditional apology in public domain. And if within these 48 hours they are unable to fulfill or meet the demands of the Nagamese Students Union, as we have published today, the indefinite ban on the movement of the Assam Rifles shall be restricted. Until such time the issue is resolved, we are warning the Assam Rifles to restrain themselves from moving freely around the Angami inhabited areas. This is issued in the interest of all parties, because while we are sad and anguished, yet as an intellectual body, we do not intend to aggravate the situation or invite any untoward incidents. And therefore, we hope that the concerned parties will take this grace period.
Home Commissioner Vyasan Para, August 9, 2024 day, Commissioner Nagaland Office, the Nagaland day illegal Bangladeshi immigrants laga influx super press conference. Lua humai kushi ki sub district laga DC kan nijor laga district te jaldi se jaldi meeting kan loigena itu situation upor alert sakibo lagi ase kushi. Tai aro ILP system ki village council de activate kuribi koigena janaishe. Media logot address kora homoi kushi ki sub communication channel to judia iku unnatural movement kan dikishe gole necessary action lobo nimite jaldi report kuribi lage kushi. Aro tai aro Dimapur Chumukidima aro Newland laga deputy commissioner khan ke osurde thakya karne surprise check-in khan lobby koigena janaishe.
Just that wanted to inform all of you that we had a short and crisp meeting with all the DCs through video conference. The main issue was to alert them about the possible impact of the political crisis in Bangladesh and the impact that it may have in terms of influx of people into our state. So our point from both the Home Commissioners and from the Commissioner Nagaland side was that we should remain alert and alive to the situation. It should not be the case that the administration and the police and the entire state government is taken by surprise. So our main point was that the DCs should ensure that any security coordination committees, because the DCs have security coordination committees in their respective districts, so those should be activated immediately and they should have their meetings. We have the ILP system in our state, excepting a few districts, so we have alerted that ILP checks have to be instituted, surprise checks have to be instituted. We have very strong village council set up, so we have suggested that the DCs should actually activate the village councils and ensure that the communication channels are open so that any unnatural movement, any incident that is slightly out of the ordinary should actually be reported immediately, and so that necessary action can be taken. And we also suggested to the DCs, rather we have insisted that cross-border meetings with our Assam counterparts are taken so that they would be the first responders. 90% of the chances that any movement would be from that side. So once the DCs are on the same page, that will be very helpful. They will act as early warning system. So this was the summum bonum of what was discussed during the DC's VC that we had. It lasted for about an hour or so, and the DCs have, I'm happy to report that the DCs have, even before our VC meeting, a few of the DCs had already activated the security coordination apparatus. Some activities have actually happened in terms of surprise checks in certain districts. Some DCs have actually extended their support. They have basically tried to speak to their counterpart in Assam. So it is not as if the DCs have not acted even before we spoke, but we thought that we would keep the entire district administration apparatus alert so that we are alive to the situation and we know what to expect. Just that wanted to...
leading biodiversity conservation organization bra Assam aro Alak region di human elephant conflict ke mitigate kurade modot dibole mobile application and handbook launch krushe. Idu mobile application hati app to Judi hati bra manu takya jagate aishi gole busti manu khan ke warning alert digina bacha bole modot grubo koshe. Idu app te HEC laga victims khan ke hati bra damage kurade compensation claim kurobole modot dibole ex gratia application bi thakibo koshe. Aro koshe ki victims laga behalf te filled up forms arianak para respective forest division ke submit kurobo koigena janaishe. Idu initiative to SBI Foundation, British Asian Trust aro Darwin initiative para support kurigena ase koshe. Manipur laga media fraternity bara All Manipur Working Journalist Union aro Editors Guild laga banner under the 4-point charter demands authorities ke action lobby koikena mang krushe. First to Kangpoki ke kun newsprint ke hijack kurigena jolaishe tai khan ke kanun laga hissa prosecute kuribe koishe. Second to National Highway te press related materials bukigena thakya laga gari ke free movement ensure kuribe koishe. Third to incident day publishing houses para loss incurred kurade compensate kuribe koishe aro fourth to National Highway IGAR East para Army Red Shield Division tak security responsibilities transfer kuribe koigena mang krushe. Idu move to press freedom ke ensure kurubole public laga rights to information ke uphold kurubole aro journalist aro publishing houses laga rights ke protect kurubole aim rakishi goshe. Raj Nongthom Bam Vice President of AMJYU aro ARIBM Robindro Sharma Vice President of EGM para memorandum signed kurigena Chief Minister N Biren Singh aro IPR Minister Dr. Sapam Ranjan ke submit kurushe. Ija karne ma takhi ase inka news aro updates pai takibole sai takibe Nltv.
Nagaland TV, Sop Manulaga Awas. Watch us live on Geo TV and on your television sets as well. For Dimapur viewers, we are on channel number 994 in Global Chapter, and Kohima and Mokokchung viewers, switch to channel number 138 on Hornbill Digital. For all news and updates, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube and Twitter.